What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like Paige Bueckers has made her WNBA debut. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indiana. Let's get it. Let's go. The final score ultimately being 112-78. Chelsea Gray put on a show just like she did in Unrivaled, man. Wasn't nobody expecting this kind of the Las Vegas Aces for a preseason game, but it is what it is, man. They came out ready to play, and the Aces definitely look like they finna be contenders. A lot of people didn't think the Aces were going to come out and look as dominant as they did. I'm here to tell you they definitely looked dominant. Now, the storyline of the hour was Paige Bueckers. How was she going to do in her transition to the W? And I'm here to tell you, it wasn't nothing like we seen last year with Caitlin Clark, man. Caitlin Clark had 16 points within the first half. Paige ultimately just did not do that, man. Jackie Young was another player. That was the Achilles heel for the Dallas Wings. And quite frankly, the Dallas Wings did not look that good. I just got to keep it real. They looked horrible, bro. Paige Bueckers played a total of 22 minutes. In those 22 minutes, she put up 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field, and she was 2 of 3 from three-point land. Now, I'm here to tell you, bro, she looked it all right. Her transitioning was great, and she scored her first bucket on A'ja Wilson. So that had to feel good after all that she had to say about A'ja Wilson leading up to this game. But scoring 10 points in 22 minutes really isn't bad. Now, I know a lot of people wanted to know, did she receive the type of assault, the pushing, the shoving? It was a little scrappy, but nothing too major, man. Nothing like what we seen when Caitlin Clark made her rookie debut. Now, this was only a preseason game, so we really didn't see a whole lot of Paige action, but it's going to be interesting to see moving forward how these other women treat Paige Bueckers, knowing that she's ultimately the #1 rookie as of right now. I'm interested to see, will she receive the same treatment as Caitlin Clark? Because we know ultimately, bruh, the treatment Caitlin Clark received last year was horrendous, bruh. She took a beating, and I just can't see Paige having that same faith. I believe it's going to be a totally different route for Paige. I believe Paige is going to go through a totally different lesson. But whatever the case may be, head coach Becky Hammon did speak about Paige Bueckers and this first matchup with the new look Las Vegas Aces. Guys, I'm done talking. Let's roll the footage.
And be aggressive. And then I think the most important thing is just focusing on finishing the shot, whether or not the foul is called. And so, tonight I was able to get the whistle.
All righty. Thanks, players. All right, go questions in the room for Coach. Questions in the room for Coach. Third row.
Kurt Rello, Associated Press. Can you talk about a little bit about just the work that goes into building a championship culture and how you maintain that and get the new players to blend in such a short period of time?
I mean, I think, when you're building championship culture, how do you build culture? First, number one thing is you bring in great character. You bring in people, high character people. You bring in people that want to play the right way. You bring in people who their only focus is winning, and you get that kind of buy-in. But the reason I look so carefully into their character is because that's what the culture is. So try to be very selective. The big four, extremely high character people. I mean, it all kind of stems from there. They're a locker room that hold each other accountable. A'ja and those big four, Jewel, Jackie, Chelsea, they expect a lot from themselves in their performances, and I think it just is a trickle-down effect. But I also try to, give them some structure, but I want them to be free. I think everybody operates under, will be more efficient, be happier players. That's one thing I always said. I want my players to be happy. I want them to want to come to work every day. So I really try to have a culture that happens, because that's when people produce the best. You don't have to be miserable out there. You can actually compete, have fun, and do your job at the highest level, and enjoy the people that you're doing it with. And I think, that's a kind of been a staple for our team. And I think that's what we're just trying to get back to, is having that joy of playing with each other and making each other great out there.
Front row.
Christian Winsider, coach, you went with Aaliyah Nye early on, and she shot 5 of 8 from 3. At one point, she didn't miss a shot. Were you surprised at what she was able to put out there on the court today? And what did you think about her effort?
Not surprised at all. She can shoot. That's why we went and got her. That's what she did in college. Again, it's about getting people. She fit a need for us. I think it's very apparent that I like shooting. Because it gives space to these other players that can get downhill. And so the other thing about her, though, is she just doesn't make a lot of mistakes defensively. She's super solid defensively. So she did a great job tonight. And they'll start to get her scouted and whatnot. But even just her presence, having that threat out there, creates space for other people. So not surprised. She's been doing it in all training camp. One of the best shooters I've ever seen.
And you talked about character. Is that something that you were looking at when you were drafting your rookies as well? Just the type of character that fits the Aces culture when you were drafting rookies?
Yeah, I mean, even going after free agents with Cheyenne, Tiffany, Dana, high character people that want to win, that are hungry to win, and Harmony and Aaliyah fit that bill of just high character, great work ethic. Great people you want to be around at work. Isn't it nice if you get to go to work every day and you like the people you're with? So that's a big thing. And I don't take it for granted.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Alex Eshelman, can you unmute?
So that was Becky Hammon speaking about tonight's matchup, man. But just like I stated, this was Paige Bueckers' debut, man. She looked it all right. She didn't play a horrible game, man. She had 10 points, couple rebounds, got the WNBA experience. Just like I stated, we all gonna have to wait to see if Paige hold the same fate as Caitlin did, because as of tonight, there was no assault, there was no pushing, there was no shoving. It was nothing like what we seen last year. And will we see it, or was Caitlin targeted? That's going to be the biggest question going into this season. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you want to know why, man? Because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters